President Donald Trump is heaping praise on his host at the ASEAN summit in the Philippines. Now, he held talks with Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte earlier, saying that they have a great relationship. Reporters asked both men if they would discuss the issue of human rights. Take a listen.
I think on behalf of everybody, I want to thank you and I want to thank the Philippines. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mr. President.
No, there's no shaking hands.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Mr. President, discuss human rights with President Rodrigo.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We're not answering any. This is not the press statement. We are in a bilateral meeting.
So there you have it. We're in a bilateral meeting. Neither leader answered questions about whether they would discuss human rights, though the White House later did say that the human rights situation in the Philippines briefly came up in their talks. Meanwhile, there have been protests in the Philippine capital against Mr. Trump's visit. Demonstrators gathered in the streets. Some were chanting anti-U.S. slogans. Here you see police responding with water cannons. Mr. Trump addressed the ASEAN summit a short while ago. You and I both listened to him. What did you take away from that?
Well, it was very much a scripted speech given by the president, pretty moderate in tone, focusing on things like trade, touting the U.S. economy, certainly as a way to make sure that American economic influence in this part of the world remains strong. But pretty pointedly, he did not bring up human rights. He didn't talk about the ongoing drug war here in the Philippines. He didn't speak about the Rohingya crisis, the ongoing crisis in Myanmar. So there was room for President Trump to say things that he chose not to for whatever reason. We do know, though, in that bilateral meeting, the White House said that human rights was brought up briefly in the context of illegal drugs here in the Philippines. And we just heard from the president of the, the spokesperson for President Duterte, and he said, quote, "The issue of human rights did not arise. It was not brought up. It was President Duterte who discussed with U.S. President Trump the drug menace in the Philippines, and the U.S. president appeared sympathetic and did not have any official position on the matter, but was merely nodding his head, indicating that he understood the domestic problem that we face on drugs." Now, that's coming from the Philippine side. We're not really sure. We didn't get a lot of detail from the U.S. side on that meeting, but it does appear, at least at this point, that the president didn't forcefully condemn what human rights groups would say is ongoing violations of human rights here in the Philippines.
South China Sea, as you know, we're looking at together. If I can help mediate or arbitrate, please let me know. I know we've had a dispute for quite a while with China. If I can help in any way, I'm a very good mediator and a very good arbitrator. I have done plenty of it from both sides, so if I can help you, let me know.